The percentage of renewable energy produced using geothermal and wind is given in the table. Part A, we are asked to find a model for the percent of renewable energy produced by using geothermal energy. All right, so first a little bit of setup. I will say let T represent, actually I will use X rather than T. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let's use T is the number of years since 2000. And we'll call G of T the percentage of energy produced by geothermal. All right, so then, well, let's first look at the data. Let's clear out some old stuff here. All right, so stat, edit, let's clear out the old stuff. All right, so we would have 3, 4, 5, and 7, and my list 2 is my geothermal list. So 5.37, 5.43, 5.28, and 5.12. Well, I know I'm going to use the other data, so let me go ahead and put it in. 1.79, 2.24, 2.8, and 4.69. All right, let's take a look. Well, that's a good window. All of the data is in from 0 to 10 for T on a scale of 1, and everything's between 0 and 6 for the output. 0 and 6, and we use a scale of 1s there. Stat plot. All right, plot 1 is going to compare list 1 and list 2 and give us a scatter plot with boxes. All right, let's go to plot 2. Plot 2, let's turn it on as well, and we need to change that Y value. The input, the X is still list 1, the years since 2000, but let's make that list 3. So we'll hit second and 3, that'll bring in the list 3, and let's change the mark. Instead of a box, let's change it to a plus sign so we can see the different data. All right, our stat plots are on. Let's look at the graph. All right, and so geothermal is the boxes, and we see a roughly decreasing. Well, notice it increased slightly and then decreased. So I'm going to focus on the decreasing trend, and I think what we'll do is I'll use the third and fourth ordered pairs here. So then M would equal 5.12 minus 5.28 over 7 minus 5. So that's negative 0.14 over 2. So that's negative 0.07. Except I subtracted incorrectly. That should have been a negative 0.16 over 2, and so negative 0.08. All right, and so then using the first ordered pair, I'm sorry, I should say the third ordered pair, using 5.28, we would have G of T minus 5.28 is negative 0.08 by T minus 5. So G of T minus 5.28 is negative 0.08 T plus 4. And then adding the 5.28, sorry, that should be a 0.4, shouldn't it? Adding the 5.28 over, then G of T would be negative 0.08 T plus 5.68. Let's check that as our Y1. Let's call Y negative 0.08x plus 5.68. Let's graph that. All right, and that looks reasonable for our geothermal data. All right, so we will accept it. Find a model for the percent of renewable energy using wind. So let's call W of T the percentage of energy from wind. All right, so let's look at our data again. Now, looking at our plus signs, if I were to use those points, it looks like it would totally miss the first two. So I'm thinking the second and the fourth points are probably better for the wind. So I'll use those data points. So then our slope M would be 4.69 minus 2.24 over 7 minus 4. So let's see, 4.69 minus 2.24 is 2.45 over 3. And let's round that to 2 decimal places, so 0.82. All right, so using the slope and the 2.24, I would have W of T minus 2.24 is 0.82 by T minus 4. So W of T minus 2.24 is 0.82 T minus 3.28. And let's add the 2.24 to both sides. So negative 3.28 plus 2.24 is negative 1.04. So W of T is 0.82 T minus 1.04. Let's check that with a graph. Let's put that in as our y2. 0.82x minus 1.04. All right, and graph that. And that seems to reasonably estimate the data. All right, so what are we asked to do next? Oh, well, we can accept that. That looks like a reasonable model. All right, and I think that's slightly different. Minus 0.04. Estimate the year in which the percentages of geothermal and wind energy are the same. So let's go to our graph. We have those already in. Let's turn the plots off now. So I'll just move up to them and hit enter. And just focusing on the equations now. We have the graph. Let's calculate the point of intersection. Scrolling near the point of intersection. And hitting enter 3 times. 7.46, 5.08, 7.46. So the intersection occurs when x is 7.46. So when t is 7.46, so t is approximately 7.46. Now we know that it wasn't 2007. So what we'll do is we'll bump it up, even though it would round, that number would round down to 7, we'll round up in this case, and we'll say in 2008, the percentages of geothermal and wind energy will be the same.